All right, hello and welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we are trying to do today is kind of a combination of what we tried to do yesterday. We played Sarkhan's Powerhouse. Well, today we're playing a little bit quicker to the ground, a more burned version of the Sarkhan's Unsealing. And so Sarkhan's Unsealing is the main card that we're playing here. So what it says is whenever you cast a creature with power 4, 5, or 6, then Sarkhan's Unsealing deals 4 damage to any target. Whenever you cast a creature with 7 or greater, then it does 4 damage to every target, pretty much. And so this gets really cool. And so what we're trying to do is, and the last time we were trying to like kind of ramp up into our 7 power creatures, play like just good 4 drops that will kind of just stay on the board. Where on this one, we're trying to play a little bit faster. We're trying to get a Sarkhan's Unsealing and then basically just try to burn our way out of the game by doing 4 damage, not to creatures, like we will if we need to as removal, but most of the time we're just trying to fire off stuff at their face. And so part of what we need there as well is we need a way to be drawing cards as well, so that we can kind of keep up with the burn tactic, be able to still survive the game. So we're playing 4 of this Colossal Majesty, which I think works really well with Sarkhan's Unsealing. So it says, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, then you draw a card. So we're hoping to always have a creature with power 4 or greater on the board if we can. And all of our stuff that does that. So we are playing a bunch of these really small 2-drops so that hopefully we can be playing them pretty early with Colossal Majesty, keep them on the board, and get tons of value off of Sarkhan's Unsealing. But what we're doing is we're playing these 2 mana costed 4 power creatures, which typically are kind of unplayable because they have a lot of downside to them. There's a lot of upside if nothing goes wrong, but otherwise we're pretty screwed. So Wanted Scoundrels, what it does is it's a 4/3 human pirate, and if it dies, we basically give 2 mana for our opponent in the form of these treasure tokens. And so it's a one-time use, but that is so much ramp in the early game that you don't really want to be playing this on turn 2 if you think they're going to have removal. But otherwise, it's really good. It ramps us into our Ghalta. It works really well with Rishkar's expertise. So if we have other stuff in our hand to play it, we're trying to take advantage of it in other ways. That downside is bad, but if we have a Colossal Majesty, if we have a Sarkhan's Unsealing, and we can use like Rishkar's expertise on it, or do something like that, then I mean the downside is bad, but we have so much more upside for a 2 mana creature that we're okay with that. So same thing here with Bloodrage Brawler, where we're playing. We have to discard a card whenever we play it, and then also, so we're hoping to be able to draw cards with Colossal Majesty to kind of offset that. So kind of turn it more into a rummage effect, hopefully, as long as it survives. And then we have just our basic ramp stuff, as well as Exemplar of Strength. I was playing more of this, but I decided to go down because it doesn't stay a 4/4, so it really isn't doing what we're trying to do. But it is a 2 mana way to trigger Unsealing, Sarkhan's Unsealing, and you can kill, like in the late game, you can go ahead and put the 3 counters onto a Llanowar Elves that we're no longer using, or maybe a Bloodrage Brawler or something like that, where we don't really care about it as much. And then we do play this Steel Leaf Champions in here, and just everything good. So we're going to go ahead and get into the games, see how it goes, and wish me luck. All right, here we are in Arena Standard playing JUND's Unsealing Burn. And so we are going first, and oh man. I mean, we technically have 2 lands here, 3 lands. So, I mean, if we draw into land, but we can get really blown out here. You really never keep a 1-land hand, but ooh, I think I'm going to try this. So we're going to keep this. This is super risky. And I just hope they don't have like a turn 1 Magma Spray or Fatal Push. And I think otherwise we are in pretty good shape. So Blooming Marsh into Llanowar Elves. And then I think we immediately go Servant of the Conduit no matter what, just to like guarantee that we have more land. All right, so they play Llanowar Elves as well. Ooh. Yeah, so we want to be able to play a Steel Leaf into our Ghalta. So yeah, we're going to go ahead, play Servant of the Conduit. So we played that. All right, there we go. So we played Servant of the Conduit. My computer's going a little crazy right now. So our opponent sees that we don't have another land here, so I'm hoping they don't just like seal away right away. Okay, so as long as they don't have removal, I mean, these are pretty weird lands, but we have 3 land. Oh man, land into Sarkhan Unsealing. So we don't want to use too much energy here. But I think Still Leaf is just still amazing here. So we're going to play Still Leaf. Oh, come on. So Arena is still having issues here and there, and it may be somewhat like my connection or my computer, but so I technically haven't casted this yet. It's just up out of my hand. I wonder if I need to be double clicking instead, and it may time me out until it actually works. All right, so here we go. Playing our Still Leaf champion. So they play Rishkar, Primal Renegade, or whatever, Pima Renegade. They'll put it on a Dorn Pouncer and and I guess they swing in for a Dorn Pouncer trying to get us to trigger. Okay, there we go. So they're trying to get more stuff on the battlefield. So they can't block, so Forest is amazing there. And I think we go into Sarkhan's Unsealing, because then we can Wanted Scoundrels. So yeah, we're going to go Sarkhan's Unsealing, paying red. They can hit in for quite a bit next turn, but I think that we're going for the burn plan here. Or do we, actually? So we're not going to block the Dorn Pouncer, but we can block these. Let's see here. So we can do 5-9 damage, and then if they don't get something better, yeah. So let's go for it. So we're gonna go all attacking, and I mean we're actually fairly close to a Ghalta. So like we get another forest, and we can Wanted Scoundrels into a Ghalta, and just like destroy their entire board. All right, so Regal Caracol. So they're gonna be gaining quite a bit of life here, swinging in for a lot. So we are really hoping for a land here. And then we just wipe the board. All right, so we draw into our land. So we're going to play land. We're going to play Wanted Scoundrels. We are going to hit their face. Wanted Scoundrels comes down. We make Ghalta even cheaper. We play Ghalta. And we do damage we wipe their entire board, do 4 more damage to their face. We have a blocker up in case there's anything, and opponent scoops it up. Oh. Yeah, that's fun. All right, here we are in Arena Standard playing JUND's Unsealing. Burn, and ooh, this is a great hand. Yeah, this is exactly what we're wanting. So we're going to keep this, and we're going to play Llanowar into Colossal Majesty and then Sarkhan's Unsealing, and we are trying to play... all right, there we go. We are trying to play all of our bigger stuff after we get good things in. And so, I mean, the problem is that we start playing too many things, and we won't know exactly what we want to discard, but... our goal is to try to get enough value from it that won't matter. So anyway, opponent cracks Evolving Wilds is searching for a land. Let's see what they find. They find an island. We are going to play Rootbound Crag, play Colossal Majesty, and pass the turn. So we're just hoping that they don't hit our Llanowar Elves. I think once we get Colossal Majesty and Sarkhan's Unsealing down, any draw from that point on is pretty powerful because we have so many of these to draw into that we really are in great shape. All right, so Drover the Mighty is good too because we want to be able to get to our black mana. So we're just going to go ahead and play Sarkhan's Unsealing. All right, so they play Heart of Kiran. They scry with Treasure Map. Goes to our turn. All right, and so... I mean, we can start doing, we can do 8 damage. I think that we actually will discard this other one. I'm wanting to get into land for Carnage Tyrant, especially against white here. I don't want to discard that. And we will be able to draw a card. So we're going to do 4 damage to their face. We're going to discard... we're going to discard the Bloodrage Brawler, and then we're going to play Drover the Mighty. And so we only have Carnage Tyrant in hand, but with the hexproof and being able to draw cards each time, I think that that's a pretty good spot for us right now. Alright, so opponent plays Karn. Is going to be able to swing in with Heart of Kiran. And Karn, I mean, we're going to hopefully draw into a land to play the Carnage Tyrant. I mean, we're drawing 2 cards hopefully next turn. Gideon the Trials is good against Sarkhan's Unsealing. So we may need to kill the Karn now, if we can. Alright, so we're drawing 2 cards. Ooh, good. Land is good. And Wanted Scoundrels. So we're just going to go ahead, play Carnage Tyrant, and do we... I mean, if they swing... let's see here. I probably should have tacked in with the Bloodrage Brawler first to make the Heart of Kiran a creature. But I think what we do is... So I don't think they have a way... I mean, they can have a Fumigate. So let's go ahead and swing in at the Karn to see if they don't... Well, Gideon... Carnage Tyrant can't be targeted by Gideon anyway. So let's go at face. We are the burn deck. And we're going to pretty guaranteed have one of these up. So, I mean, we're making him tick down so that if he does get the Gideon, he dies anyway. He's going to block, trade with Heart of Kiran. He has another one. So, we're hoping there's not a Fumigate here. That is our biggest blowout here, for sure. But otherwise, we're in fairly good shape. If a Fumigate comes, I mean, we can get down to Wanted Scoundrels, kill Karn, slow them down if they play Heart of Kiran. So, I mean, yeah, there's some good things that we can do here. Alright, so ticks up with Karn. And we'll give him, let's see, we'll give him the Evolving Wilds. Give him a slow land. He can go get other stuff out of his deck if he wants, but you just don't want to speed him up into a Torrential Gearhulk. Alright, so they play Oath of Ajani, making all... Okay, and opponent scoops it up. So I think he sees that he doesn't have an answer for Carnage Tyrant there. And that's definitely the value. Against those kinds of decks, they either have to have a board wipe or Carnage Tyrant just kind of takes over the game. Especially drawing me an extra card each turn. Yeah. Alright, here we are playing another match in Arena Standard. And we are playing JUND's Unsealing. And let's see if we can keep this. So I think we do. We keep this with Strength of Llanowar Elves into Servant of the Conduit. And I think that... so this is where Exemplar of Strength definitely has the weakness in it again, is that it hurts getting up to our Ghalta, but if we draw enough land, then we can actually just put the counters onto like our Llanowar Elves to try to get the Ghalta right away, and that can be pretty powerful. Alright, so we play Forest, we play Llanowar Elves, and we pass the turn. Opponent plays Forest and Llanowar Elves. Nice. And they pass the turn. Alright, so we're going to play Forest, and we're going to play Servant of the Conduit first. And I wonder if we attack in here. I wonder if they'd be willing to trade it. We're going to attack in. Because, I mean, we don't have necessarily everything we want, but we still have a ramp spell. Alright, so he's going to trade, and I mean, that means no Still Leaf champion. So, I mean, that gives us some more information. It slows them down a bit while we are still ahead here on mana. Merfolk Branchwalker. Alright, Blooming Marsh comes down for us. And I think that what we're going to do is play... I think we're going to play both of these guys and discard our Forest so that we can get down our Ghalta. So we're going to go ahead and put the counters there. And then we're going to play this, or maybe we cancel there. So, I mean, let's see, we can maybe get stuff, so it's 3, 7. I mean, if nothing else happens, then we can play Ghalta. So let's try it out. We're going to discard the forest, hoping... Ugh, this is very risky, but we're going aggressive. We're going to try to do some stuff. Hopefully draw into like a Colossal Majesty if we can't play this, to try to get some value. So it plays Thrashing Bronzodon, which is great for the Unsealing, but not so great against our Ghalta. So we're going to play Wanted Scoundrels, and then we're going to play Ghalta. So, I mean, we have a lot of power and toughness here on this battlefield now. So we're going to swing in there. I don't think we swing in for the Exemplar just yet. So yeah, one attacker. I mean, we trade with anything they have. If they want to throw the Thrashing Bronzodon, we're fine, because then we have more protection for our Unsealing. Although we don't have mana right now for it. But, I mean, a 12-12 and a 4-4 swinging at you. If they have the way to kill this, we may not swing in with it. Alright, so they have a Vine Mare. So yeah, we probably won't. Just, I don't want to give them too much mana there. So we're going to go attacking. Swing in with Ghalta, and I mean, hopefully just enough turns with this, and you can't do too much there. And actually, we're going to play the Wanted Scoundrel number 2. So they may be able to kill it, but we're going to build wide enough here that even if they kill the Ghalta, they can't do too much here. So I'm guessing they can bounce the Ghalta. Okay, Verdurous Gearhulk is pretty good there. So they have some answers. But I'm thinking they either basically have to double block Ghalta to kill it, or one of these guys. So, I mean, yeah, so I think that we just swing all in and hope that this isn't an unsummon. Ooh, Rishkar's Expertise. Don't have the mana for it right now. If this is an unsummon, we get destroyed. If not, I think we just win. So we're going to go all out attacking. And yeah, opponent scoops it up. Okay, so there you have it. So we didn't get to play the Rishkar's Expertise again, but I actually think that was a really good matchup to show you what happens when we don't draw into Colossal Majesty or the other stuff. And we can go very aggressive. I think that we definitely lose if we don't draw into a Ghalta with those. So basically, we wanted to draw a Sarkhan's Unsealing, a Colossal Majesty, or a Ghalta with all those other things. Otherwise, it's pretty bad. Or like a Still Leaf Champion. I mean, all those cards can close out games. So here we go. We're going to head into the wrap-up. All right, so there is JUND's Unsealing in Arena Standard, and I hope you enjoyed the deck. If you do, please give the video a like and subscribe. If you had some different suggestions for the deck, anything like that, please leave it in the comment below. And if we get enough likes on this video, I'm probably going to play it again, or another version of the Sarkhan's Unsealing deck, because I am trying to do a video every single day right now, and so I mean, there's only so many things you can do with the new M19 or anything like that. I will probably go back and play some of the older decks before they leave. Let me know if you'd like to see some of that as well. But I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please come back next time, and I hope to see you soon.